You deserve it. Give me a sec. I want to make sure that like my stream is up here. Okay, so good evening once again, and welcome to our orientation session tonight as we walk you through how our program is going to be in the next 12 weeks for the March 2024 examination. And the objective is to get you familiarized with how things are going to be done. Definitely, you've read about a lot of things already on the website, as well as, maybe hear me talk about already. So we want to just let you understand how things are going to be done in the next 12 weeks, definitely. And most importantly, let you also know how you have to structure yourself to optimize your chances of passing the March 2025 examination at the end of the day. Then also give you some blueprint on what you have to do and the various things that you have to put in place to ensure the journey becomes interesting at the end of the day. Then I'll be taking some questions from you if you have any as well as we begin this journey officially from tomorrow, but an orientation session today in the discussion. So first things first, let me bring up my slide, give you the timeline of events generally. So officially we are starting the tuition live lectures tomorrow, that is 9th of December, and we'll be finishing on the 28th of February, possibly 2025 in that case. And that means that we are running technically for 12 weeks if you want to, for the live lectures, 12 sessions coming in. Now, these 12 sessions are going to be coming in with various issues. We're going to be learning new things, right? We're going to be practicing questions during these sessions. We are going to be doing assignments during these sessions, as well as performance evaluation tests during these sessions. 2 weeks of these sessions will be used for our executive revision masterclass. This is our exclusive masterclass session for our students, where we're going to be spending 2 weeks with you to provide you with the blueprint on what you need to do, going over the things that we have to do in the syllabus and how you can then position yourself to ultimately pass the examination. So we're going to have a 2 weeks executive revision masterclass, which is going to be starting from the 17th of February. I believe that everyone has the timetable in respect of the executive revision masterclass as well. It is going to be starting on 17th of February, and we're going to be having some morning sessions coming in that case. In this 12 weeks also, based on the reactions we get from you at the end of the day, we may be coming up with some other, sessions that we will be bringing in to practice questions and deal with some problems that you might be having as we prepare ourselves for the March 2024 examination generally. So that is how the live lectures is going to be, 12 weeks from tomorrow up to 28th of February, give and take. We're going to be studying, practicing questions, doing assignments, performance evaluation tests, do our executive revision masterclass, and certainly going to be having some other interesting sessions that are going to be coming up generally. Please note, as you have already read about our terms and condition, assignments are going to be given at regular intervals, and we are going to also be doing performance evaluation tests. The purpose of these exercises is to help you to find out whether you are truly studying. So it's to help us to really find out whether you understand what you are doing. It's to help you to also work with speed and accuracy, which is your timing in the exam hall. Because some of you, if care is not taken, you're going to struggle in the exam hall, not because you don't know, but because you are not able to work with speed and accuracy. Because sometimes you may go to the exam hall and fail the examination, not because you didn't know, but because you couldn't work within time. So during the assignments, during the performance evaluation test, what we are trying to do is to get your understanding on what has been covered. What we are trying to do is to try to mold you to work on your speed and accuracy. And that is why this is going to be a cardinal aspect of our discussion of our programs generally. And as you have read already in our terms and condition page, failure to do an assignment means when that questions or those questions are being discussed, you will not be allowed to join the lectures. Why? Because when we are discussing the assignments, scripts are going to be brought up. And we cannot bring people's script up for you to be seeing people's script when you have not done it. And so if you want to really envelop yourself fully in this program and ensure that you put yourself in the position to ultimately pass the examination, you want to make sure that you do these assignments. You want to make sure that you do this performance evaluation test. Do not give yourself any excuses. 12 weeks may seem far away, but it is about what you are going to be doing regularly that is going to position you to pass the examination. So the performance evaluation test, the assignments are to help us to gauge your level of understanding. Then as we go, we're able to redesign the program, find out what else we have to do. So we put you in the position to pass the examination. Performance evaluation test, the same thing. And it is also to help us to mold you, put you in that position where you can work with speed and accuracy. You can work with urgency. You can read a question and understand the question in record time and write out your answers in the manner that you are expected to write. So we are engaged. We are looking at your understanding. We are looking at your timing. And we are looking at the way you are approaching the question. So your techniques in answering the question, because there is a way you have to answer the questions. There is a presentation slide. There is a way you have to write out your answers. The English, your handwriting, all of these are things that are crucial to increase your chances of passing the examination. And so really at the heart of our program is assignment and performance evaluation test. And that is the only way you can put yourself in the position to pass the examination. It's very important. And in each subject, whatever subject you're doing, assignments are going to be given, performance evaluation test will be done. You want to make sure that you do this. I don't want to hear any excuses. And my mother's kidney is missing. We are going to fix it. And my father's heart is in the cucumber. We are going to find it. Don't give yourself any excuses. Because as I say this always, yes, I can be empathetic that, oh, you are busy. Oh, you have 17 children. Oh, you are the CEO of your company. Oh, I can be empathetic with you. But ICA doesn't care about your busyness. ICA doesn't care about the things you have to go through every day. Nobody cares. So I can be empathetic and say, oh, small, kakra, be, let's do it. Feel, ebahi. Let's do it. Dabi. Feel, scenario. It is not about kakra, be. It's not about, oh, small. No. You have only two options. You're going to do this in the next 12 weeks seriously, so you can pass the exam and get a heck out of this place. So I really want to impress on you. It's going to be an intense 12 weeks. There will be a lot of demand that will be placed on you. The reason is because we want you to go into that exam hall with the confidence, with the approach, with the blueprint, and most importantly, with a high level of understanding to help you to work with speed and accuracy and know how to write out your answers so you can put yourself in the position to pass the examination. And we can only do that by holding you accountable in the highest level as much as possible. the highest level as much as possible. And so that is what I want you to understand about how our programs are going to be. And I'm emphasizing on this because I've been in the game over a decade, and I know you are going to be coming up with some excuses, but nobody cares. I don't care. ICA doesn't care. I know that is not what you want to hear. You want to hear me tell you that, and Debbie. It is not about that. You have only two options. Either you do this fully committed, disciplined, listen to instruction, go into the exam hall and pass, or be lukewarm about it and go into the exam hall and fail. So I am going to place a demand on you. We are going to require you to go the extra mile, and you can do it. So I don't want to hear any excuses. You have to make sure that you fully participate in this program. And that is how our 12 weeks is going to be. We're going to study. We're going to practice questions. We're going to do assignments. We're going to do performance evaluation tests. Mock will be done. We're going to discuss the mocks. You are going to be held accountable, because that is how you can go into the exam hall and pass the examination. That is the only way. And if you think you can wait for the exam, a week to the exam, so that you take a leave and try to study, may I guarantee you ahead of time, there's a 99.9% chance that you will fail the exam. It's not a prophecy. It's not a curse. It's reality. You cannot drink anointing oil or pour anointing oil on yourself and go to the exam hall and pass. That's not how God works. He's not a magician. God works with what you do. So if there is nothing in your head, there is nothing the anointing oil can do. So please, the way we tailor our program is to help you to excel and write the exam with one attempt and go away. But that will require a lot of work, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of dedication from you. And so in the next 12 weeks, hell is going to break loose. All I'm asking you to do is be committed. Be ready to go the extra mile. This is what we are into. This is what we are experts in. This is what we know how to do best. Maybe some of you have watched the alumni podcast, the first episode that we released with Miss Halima Achrem, the head of retail banking at the Bank of Africa. And one of the key issues was assignments, being serious, studying on a regular basis. That is what made her to be able to pass the examination. And there are various other episodes we are going to be releasing as our alumni come and share their thoughts. Because this thing works. It works. So I beg you, I don't care who the heck you are. Please, just be a student. Follow instruction. When we give assignments, do it. When there is performance evaluation test, do it. That is how we can assess whether you are learning, you are understanding, or you are not. So that is the first thing I want you to understand about the program. The second thing also is, it is an open community we have here. What it means then is that don't hold back. On live calls, on live lectures, if there is any question you have, you raise your hand, we bring you up, or you put it in the chat. Don't just sit there and do moo, and you have a question but you don't want to ask, or you think the question you want to ask is a stupid question. No question is a stupid question. It is your problem. Don't say, if I ask the question, I'll be dragging the class back. No, you will not be dragging the class back. You paid for the class, so you won't be dragging the class back. So please, don't hesitate. If there is anything you have during the live calls, there is a question you have, if you can't talk, you there type it in the chat. We will read it and it will be answered. If you can talk also, you raise your hand using the emojis, whatever the heck, raise your hand, and then we get the indicator, call you up, ask your question. Please don't be like somebody who will just come and, hey, I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand. Then later on, you'll be calling some other people. This thing Nhyira thought, cry, I don't understand. I beg you. It's an open community. And we want everybody to feel free. There is no stupid question. There is no dumb question. There is no dragging behind. It is only when you are not paying attention to the lecture and you ask a question that was just talked about, then everybody will know that, oh, this person is coming from the moon. So everybody will catch you that, bro, you are not paying attention to the lecture. But if you are paying attention and you have a key concern, please don't hesitate. You raise it. And the same thing happens to the platform. If you have any problem with the platform, the mobile application or whatever the heck it is, don't hesitate. Send a message up and you'll be assisted. So please, it's an open community. All these we are doing is for your sake. So all we want you to do is make sure you put yourself in the community. Don't hold back. Don't try to be shy. Don't try to be an introvert or whatever the heck. Just be yourself. Be vulnerable as much as possible. And then you can study well and pass the examination. So that is what I want you to understand as well about that. And so your exam is going to be from the 3rd of March 2025 to the 7th of March 2025. That's your examination week. So put that on your calendar. Remember, as I said, our revision masterclass is going to be starting on the 17th of February. So again, you can put that as well on your calendar in that particular case. Then we go to assessment of our portal, which I believe you have access to. You can access the content in the Nhyira Premium mobile application on the Google Play Store, or if you are on iOS, then on your iPhone or the App Store, you can download the mobile application. Now, there are a lot of things available on the website that you can take advantage of, or in the mobile application. If you go on the website, you go to your course, you sign in, you go to your courses, you're going to see everything coming in here. View or read, you're going to see the courses coming in here. Give me a sec. Okay, yeah. And this is it. So you see the key summary videos. Currently, there are 43 videos here for financial reporting. Every course has the summary videos. But the summary videos are exclusively accessible in the mobile application. Currently, they are just accessible in the mobile application. So when you click on anything here, I'm on the website, it will just tell you this is a special lecture that is strictly accessible in the mobile application. So in the mobile application, you will see the key summary videos for every topic or every subject. The reason we did this is because, yes, we have the November 2024 full lecture there. You can see 20 lectures there. That one, you can access it in the mobile application as well as on the website. So there's no problem with that. So the full lecture is here. You can watch the full lectures. But the full lectures are 3 hours or more. Right? That's a lot of time. You may not get time to sit down 3 hours or more. So the summary videos is the gateway for you. So for instance, if you are dealing with financial reporting, there are 43 videos here. All the accounting standards have been covered in the summary videos. And these are 10 minutes, 8 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes summary videos explaining the principles with some practice questions in some cases. And so what it then means is that you could finish the entire syllabus in record time. Then you can start exposing yourself to questions, even ahead of the live lectures. And there are sometimes you will be required to go watch the summary videos to get the principles, so that on the live calls, all we do is to solve questions. And this is built again to help you to go through the syllabus in record time and pass the examination. And these videos can all be downloaded and accessible in the mobile application. So you can download them when you have access to internet, download as many as you can based on your device storage. And then at whatever time, wherever you are located, you can start watching the videos. Without internet, you don't need internet again because you've downloaded them. That way, you can watch the videos over and over again to get the principles, to get a concept well, to put yourself in the position to pass the examination. So this is also another thing that I want you to leverage on is in respect of every subject. So if I go to public sector, accounting and finance, for instance, the same thing there for public sector accounting and finance for us here. So if you come to public sector, the summary videos, we have 27 lectures as of now. And there are videos on almost everything in the public sector. The IPSAs are there, ratios, PIFA, everything. Again, it is to help you to walk through the syllabus in record time. So you don't have to sit down to watch 3 hours lectures, which will require you to use 6 hours. No. Okay, you are learning something in public sector. What are you learning? Okay, you are learning about the PIFA framework. You want to understand the PIFA framework. Okay, just come here. The PIFA is here. Look at the lectures on the PIFA. How many lectures do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lectures on the PIFA. These are all short videos. You watch it, you are done. Then you can start exposing yourself to questions. And so I want you to really leverage the summary videos because they will help you to get the principles in record time so you can then quickly start solving questions to familiarize yourself with the principles. So no need to spend time to say, hey, I'm going to watch the full 3 hour. It will be too much. It will be boring. You will give up. But I don't want you to give up. I don't want you to give up. So these are summary videos. Whatever subject you are writing, strategic case study, the same thing. Have some videos there for case study, whatever the heck. Financial management, videos there for financial management, corporate reporting, summary videos there for all of these lectures. So strategic case study, we have summary videos there, 48 lecture videos currently on strategic case study, the summary videos, 48. Again, it is to help you to go through the syllabus in record time. So if you are able to really leverage this, you're going to be good. You're going to understand the syllabus well. You're going to understand the topics well. Then you can just expose yourself to questions to put yourself in the position to ultimately pass the examination. That is the key thing you must understand first about the platform that you can leverage. Now, as I said, definitely the main lecture videos are there. You're not going to see the July Zoom sessions. They are going to be taken off. But the November 2024 lectures, the full lectures are there, 3 hours. And you can access it on your PC or in the mobile application. And you want to watch that? Yes, because in those full lectures, principles are explained, questions are solved, extended discussions. So sometimes there are certain topics you want to come there to come and watch the full lecture videos, fine. But for the most part, you want to stay in the key summary videos session to optimize your chances of ultimately passing the examination. So that is what you need to understand there. Now, in addition to that, we have some other tools, as you can see here on the website, and these are strictly in the website. We have tests that are available. So it depends. You don't want to attempt these in the beginning, maybe from week 6 or week 7. By then, you have covered a number of things. Then you can come there. We have the multiple choice question test. When I click on that, And this is accessible on the website. I'm on my iPad, but if you're on your mobile phone, whatever the heck, you can access it. The questions are going to be there under time. Remember, I spoke about timing, because some of you, time is going to be your enemy in the exam hall. So one of the ways to help us to work with that timing, work with speed and accuracy, is also these live practice questions. Yes, they are objective questions. You're not going to have objective questions in the exam hall, but each of these questions will require you to do some workings before selecting the answer. So you do the whole workings in your notepad or whatever the heck, then you come and choose the answer here, and then you move on to the next question, you move on to the next question. So this is also another thing that is available, multiple choice question that you can leverage on. We're going to be adding more questions to that. Then we have the essay test as well available. This one will require you to type your answers into it, and that will also be coming up as we proceed in the discussion. Again, all this is designed to help you understand the things in the syllabus. Remember, ICA doesn't care about anything you are doing. The only thing they care about is, this is the syllabus, these are the questions we've brought, give us an answer. So you have to make sure you understand everything in the syllabus. Then you have to make sure you're able to work with speed and accuracy to be able to apply the things that you are studying to specific questions. And that is why our live lectures, performance evaluation tests, assignments, the portal, the summary videos, the live practice questions here, all of this is to enable you to understand everything in the syllabus, put you in the position to go into the exam hall and work with speed and accuracy so you can pass the examination. So that is also how you can access the portal, both in the mobile application as well as on the website or on web in that particular case. So you make sure you leverage this. And I believe, is there anybody here who has any issue in respect of either downloading the videos or accessing the content? Is there anybody with any problem with the portal, with accessing the platform? You can raise your hand, I'll bring you up, or you put it in the chat for me in that particular case. Is there anybody with any challenges with accessing the portal or content? You can raise your hand, I'll bring you up, or you put it in the chat for me if you have any problems with the portal so far. Okay. So that is the portal, that is the assessment, and what you are supposed to know about in that case. Now, putting all of these together will mean that you need to prepare a study plan. Because to help you go through this program easily, you need to have a study plan. A study plan is different from your timetable. If you have followed me, I've shared this with you. Give me a sec. Let me see if I can bring this up. Because of privacy, that's why I want to make sure I'm not going to be showing something that... Give me a sec. Let me see if I can see this thing that I shared earlier. What the heck? I can't see the study plan. Study plan. Okay, I've seen it. Let me bring back my screen. So this is a study plan. And it is breaking down the syllabus into the key topics and then having time to study on your own. For those of you who are going to say, Sure, I'm busy. It's only the live lectures that I'm going to rely on. I'm busy. You have to sit down and study on your own because we can't do everything in class. Okay? We cannot do everything in class. So you have to do some studies on your own. That's why the summary videos are there for you. You have to solve questions on your own. If you have any problem, you send it over. It is checked for you. So you need to prepare a study plan. Identify your peak time when your brain is working well. I'm not insulting you, okay? What I mean is when your brain is active, okay? If you are tired, don't study. You don't get home 9 p.m., eat banku and okra stew or banku and tilapia or fufu and nkatinkonto, go and bath, sit on your bed and pick a book and say, I am learning. No, my sister, you are actually, I don't know what the heck you are doing though, but that's not learning. Sleep. Then probably you can wake up in the dawn to do some 1 hour, to do some 45 minutes, to do some 30 minutes. You don't need 3 hours. Sometimes maybe an hour, sometimes maybe 45 minutes. Sit down, go through a principle, solve a question, do it. Maybe just twice in a week for yourself. So you need to prepare a study plan, which is going to break down everything. And as we start with the lectures from tomorrow, each subject, we're going to be giving you the breakdown of each subject, and that can guide you to know how to break down everything in the preparation of your study plan. But you need a study plan, and you have to discipline yourself to follow. It's not like you prepare something and you now it is time to study, then you sit down, you're like, oh, I'll study tomorrow. Because there's a nice movie you have to watch. Or you have to take your girlfriend out, or you have to go and, watch for your boyfriend. It's all good. It's all important. But you have to find out whether you will pass the exam with that attitude. So you have to find a balance. Okay? Find a balance. So prepare a study plan. That will help you to be disciplined. If you need any guideline, definitely you can reach out. You'll be assisted in the preparation of that. But that's how a study plan is going to be for the most part. Find your optimal days, optimal time. As I said, don't make it ambitious. It could just be 2 times a week. Maybe from 3 a.m. to 5 p.m. 5 a.m., sorry. Or maybe one of the weekdays after work, you close early and then you do some 1 hour at work before getting home. Because when you get home, you won't get time to study. But you can do some 1 hour at the office. You don't have any live lecture, so you can do 1 hour at the office, study on your own a little bit before getting home. This is the strategy. Here a little, there a little. Consistency, discipline, consistency, discipline. And before you know it, you are ready on the 3rd of March to go and write the exam and pass. Otherwise, you just be there 1 week to the exam hall, then you take leave. Then you are trying to do everything in 1 week. You will kill yourself. You can drink anointing oil. Go to river, Jordan, and bath yourself in it. You will fail the exam. It's not because God is not there. It's not because God has, left you. It's because there is nothing in your head that God can work with. So please, your preparation is key. And that is why you need a study plan. This is going to be important for you. I'm seeing some chats coming in. Let's see. What do I have here? Please, how can I get a timetable? That's who? Rubaba. Why? Weren't you send a timetable when you completed your enrollment? Jocelyn couldn't have done that. Let me see. Oh, really? You were not sent the timetable. Okay, so let me do that. Okay. So I just sent it to you. Abubakari said, any timetable for the live lectures. Weren't you sent a timetable? You were sent a timetable before you completed your enrollment. You can see that in your chart here. So you were sent a timetable before you completed your enrollment. You can check that. Adam said, Nhyira, I appreciate your expertise in this field, but as a service provider, timely response to messages will be great. Unfortunately, I've been trying to inquire about purchasing your book since November, but the delayed response subsequent coming have been disappointing. Book. I don't know. Who is that? Adam. Let me see. What could delay your response? PSA, Advanced Taxation and Strategic Case Study. What were you told? We will receive new stock of the book by next week, Friday, so you'll be notified. Yeah, I think maybe the books are not in here. That's why you are not updated yet. I don't know. I will have to cross-check that from the team and see. Because if the books are not in, that's why you were told you'll be notified. All right? That's why you were told you'll be notified. I didn't receive the timetable. Who the heck? Erasmus. How? That there is a timetable in your chat here. I can see that. A timetable was sent to you before you completed your enrollment. Please check it. There's a timetable here in your chat. It was sent to you before you completed your enrollment. Because it's a standard thing that you get a timetable before you enroll. So please check your chat, Erasmus. There's a timetable there. If maybe you have disappearing message turned on, then it can be resent to you or something. Or you've changed your device and it didn't back up your message to it can be sent to you again. So please check and then we can see. Any other thing? So I think the problem has been with the timetable situation in that particular case. Give me a sec. Okay. I'm seeing some comments also on YouTube. Give me a second. Let's see if I can bring some of them on. Then we can go. Please, do you do public sector accounting? Yes, we do. You can send us a message on WhatsApp for that. Why do people pray before, during, and after exam but still fail? I don't know how you want me to answer that. God doesn't answer prayers in vacuum. There is a role you have to play for the prayer to be answered by God. So if you are not studying and all you are doing is praying, then you fail the examination. Okay? Because God doesn't work in vacuum. You have to do something. All right? The Red Sea can be opened, but you have to show the rod to it. The water can come out of the rock, but you have to strike it with the rod. So there is a work you have to do for the grace, the anointing to be manifested in your life. So why do people pray? The exam is not just about prayers. You can pray and fast, drink anointing oil, and still get zokbo in the exam hall because you have to study. You have to prepare. If you prepare, you work hard, the grace of God comes in and boom, you are excellent. That's it. I believe in prayer a lot. Yeah. But you don't sit there doing kaye, kabaya, kayo, kabe without learning. That one you are just quote unquote fooling around. So you gotta study, you pray, the anointing is gonna come on for the retention of what you have studied, and you will pass the exam. You see that thing? Very, very simple. Feel. So it's not like God doesn't answer your prayer. It's you that is not working hard for God to answer your prayer for you. You have to work. Okay. Are we okay with the timetable, people? Let me know if everybody's okay with the timetable situation. Give me a sec. All right. So you need a study plan. Very, very important to be able to prepare for the examination. So generally, in the next 12 weeks, this is what we are going to be trying to walk you through as well in that particular case. And there are a lot of you guys, okay, not on the Zoom call, that have not joined the group. So because a message has been sent to you, but you have not replied or added yourself to the group. So if you're watching on YouTube or you're watching on Facebook or everything, whatever, and you've enrolled in a course, but you're not on the page, then certainly you're not going to get any meeting details. So please, you will send a message to be able to be added to the page. Do that so that you can be added to the page and get access to the live lectures there. Okay, so I'm seeing other comments coming in. Please, the summary videos work on PC or only on the mobile phone? No, the summary videos can currently be accessed just on the mobile phones in the mobile application. So you can download and access them strictly in the mobile application. You can't watch them on the laptop or something like that. All right? So it's just on the mobile application. But the other videos can be accessible on the mobile application as well as in the on PC as well. Erasmus, please, the 2 weeks masterclass that will start on 17th of February. Is it part of the initial package payment or no? You're not going to make any payment again. No. Okay, Erasmus. Everything is inclusive. Okay, the only thing that you may pay again for is if you want to get some of our books. Okay, we have financial reporting, public sector, corporate reporting, taxation. Yeah, we have books on almost all the subjects. So if you want to get our books, that's what you pay for. But aside that, you're not going to pay for anything again in terms of tuition, classes, whatever the heck. All right, so everything is inclusive. You see the plenty things you are getting: live lectures, mock session, executive masterclass, time with Nhyira Premium, personal guidance. All of this. You don't like. What do you like again? What do you like again? Come and do something here. You see what I'll do to you people. You see what I'll do to you people. Okay, so that is it about that. So you're not going to pay anything again for tuition related issue. As I said, we have books. If you want to get any of our books, yes, you can buy them. If not, then you're not going to be required to pay anything again until you finish with your program by the, whatever the heck, 7th of March, 2025 in that particular case. So this is how we intend to run ourselves in the next 12 weeks. But how many of you here have written a paper more than once? You've written a paper more than once here. Maybe put it in the chat for me, or you can raise your hand, I bring you up, then you talk to me about it, whatever the heck. If you have written a paper more than once, whatever subject it is, more than once, whatever subject, Erasmus, yes?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I wrote July, I wrote FR and then management accounting. Yes, but I wasn't able to go through the FR. I was only able to get the M bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I decided to try this time around. I gave myself some break during the November one just to prepare myself for. So
Oh, so you didn't sit for the November.
no. I
Okay.
just sat for July.
Okay. So FR. All right, that's fine in that
Yeah,
case.
yeah,
Then Betty, yes, I wrote FR. Okay, so that's Erasmus. And then Betty is also saying FR more than once. Okay, oh. Okay, oh. So two FR people. Any other thing? There is a subject that you've written more than once in that particular case. So I'm seeing another chat coming up. I passed, yes, I wrote FR more than one. I passed in audits this November. Okay. All right. Now, the reason I'm asking this question is because of this. If you are doing a resit, your chances of passing the examination is very low. Please bear with me. Let me explain. The reason is because of this word, complacency. Your brain is going to be lying to you that, oh, you got it. Guess what? You got 40. You just need 10 to go. Oh, you got 38. You needed only 12 to go. So your brain is going to be playing trick on you. That's, oh, Charlie, this thing I know. And if you are not careful, if there is a live lecture going on and there's a topic being treated, your brain is not going to be active or fertile as much as possible because you are going to just preemptively say that, oh, this one I know already. So, for instance, the FR people, there's a standard being taught, maybe IAS 37, provisions, contingent liabilities, contingent. Yeah, I know provision already. So, although you are on the live call or you may be watching the playback of the video, your brain is lying to you that you know provisions already. But in reality, you don't know it. Because you've heard it, you've gone through it, but you don't know how IAS 37 connects with other accounting standards. You don't know how to deal with questions involving IAS 37 with other standards. So if you are not careful, complacency will set in. And that is why sometimes people write the exam like 4, 5 times. Because the first time they fail, the second time they're not going to work as they worked in the first time because they fail. Yeah, I know already. I just needed 10. No, bruh, you had 40. You don't need 10 more. It is not a continuous assessment. You are starting from 0. You need to work again from 0. But the most important thing is to identify what the heck went wrong. Then you can strategize yourself in the next diet. So if you are doing a resit, I will say you need to work 10 times more than you did in the first exam diet. Again, your brain is going to be doing you because your brain is going to tell you, oh, IAS 37, you know this thing. We did it. Is it not provision? No, you don't know. Because if you knew it, you would have passed the examination. So please, for all those of you doing a resit, don't be complacent. Come to the subject as though you have not learnt it before. Be like a child. Be like a baby. Grab a notepad and study. And I will beg everybody, get a notepad like this or like this. For the business executives who like to flex, down your face like my own, come and flex us. Get a notepad like this, something nice like this. And when you are watching the summary videos, write the principles down. So have principle book for the subjects. Because the summary videos are the principles. In the exam hall, all you are doing is you are applying principles. So have a principle summary book. Okay? So that book, when you pick it, it is principle. So when you are solving a question about a certain accounting standard and there is something you don't understand, you don't have to go and watch the video again. All you do is to grab your principle book and open to that principle and read it and apply the principle to the question. Again, that is the learning strategy you have to adopt. Don't do this quote unquote by heart, as we say in Ghana. Be conscious about it and get a principle document that you can work with. Because in the exam hall, nobody cares about the question you solve. ICA doesn't care about the question I solve with you in class. The other teachers will be solving with you in class. Nobody cares. It's about the principles. So please, I'm begging you, in the name of God, if you are doing a resit, don't be complacent. And for the newbies, maybe this is the first time you are coming to write a certain subject. Forget about whatever the heck somebody has told you and come to this as a baby, eager to study, eager to learn something new. I've been teaching financial reporting, corporate reporting, everything over 10 years. And I still study every day. There is no class that I don't study for. There are sometimes I have to spend 6 hours, 7 hours spread across to study for a 3-hour class that I'm going to take. Because I can't just get up and come to class and say I'm coming to teach. No. So everything is, because I have to look at what is going on. What terminologies can I use? What examples are going to be relevant? How do I monitor your psychology? So every time I have to prepare. And I study every day. I can't be complacent and say, yeah, I've written books on the subject, so I am, hey, Dr. Nhyira Premium, hey, Nyansapo Neba no, Debbie. I'm like a baby. And the more I know, the more I realize I don't know. Because sometimes it shocks me. I can pick a question, I'm like, bro, I never knew this topic can have this level of diversity. So I'm begging you, thou shalt not be complacent. If you're writing a subject you've never written before also, forget about whatever the heck somebody has told you. If you can discipline yourself and embed yourself in this program like we have mentioned in the beginning, I can guarantee you, you will go into the exam hall, write the exam with confidence, and pass the examination. So please, if you are doing a resit, your chances of passing the examination is at risk. Again, I'm not discouraging you. I'm not cursing you. I'm not prophesying your future. I am telling you what your brain is going to do to you psychologically so you can overcome it. Because I know what your brain will be doing to you. And you have to take charge and say, yeah, I've done IAS 37. But Nhyira is teaching IAS 37. Okay, let me listen. Okay, the questions Nhyira is about to solve, I've never seen it before. That's the heart you must have to study. But if you say, I've done IAS 37, then I give you assignment, you screw it up. Then you keep frustrating. And they say, I've learned it, sir. I don't. No. You were complacent. So you didn't pay attention. So I'm begging you. Again, I don't care who the heck you are. I don't care what the heck your experience has been. I just need you to be like a baby. Be a student. Like you don't know anything. Then listen. Be attentive. Do what you have to do. Get a notepad for summary principles. So that by the time we get to week 10, we are starting with our executive leadership masterclass. You have principle on every topic. And so there are sometimes you just grab your notepad and you're just going through the principles. Okay, this is the principle. Okay, so this is how the questions can be asked. So if the question is asked this way, this is how I'm supposed to write out my answers. That is principles. That one is different from your notebook. Learning is work. It's not for lazy people. That's why only a few people are successful. Because studying is not for lazy people. So you have your notebook, then you have your summary book. You're going to be studying. You're going to have your study plan. You're going to be trying to join live lectures. You're going to do assignments. You're going to do performance evaluation tests. You're going to solve questions on your own. Then you can pass the exam and get the heck out of this place. So I beg you, I don't want to have any problems. If you're doing a resit, have a certain mind. Have a certain mind. Now, this is another thing also. There are two programs that we have, in addition to our main lectures, that are tailored for different group of people. The first one is the Nhyira Premium Platinum. This program is strictly for people who are doing a resit. And because the way we handle people who are doing a resit will be different from the way people who are doing the subject new. And so it's a new program that we have launched, but it comes at a premium, definitely. So it's 2,000 Ghana cedi per paper. So and that is just a small group of people putting together. It could be 5 or 10 people coming together in the same situation, the same circumstance, and we are dealing with your problems. Okay? If you're interested in it, fine. If you're not interested, join the main class, be there. We will still do what we have to do. So that is also there. Then the last add-on offer we have is our private class, and that starts at 5,000 Ghana cedis per paper. This is where you say, Nhyira, I want something for me, my problem, my issue, myself. I can't join the main lecture. I'm not able to do my thing in the main lecture. So I want you to teach me personally. 5K starting price. And so all these are also available if you look at yourself, do your analysis based on your goal, based on your objective, and you want something tailor-made. These options are available that you can look at. If not, also regular class is going to be there for you. But these programs are there to deal with people who have, who want a special need met for them and who want to meet certain goals at the end of the day, especially with our private class. Yes, it comes at a premium price, but you are able to get your issue dealt with, mentored, your hand is held on a different level so that everything is tailor-made for you, customized for you, at your own pace, at your own time, at a different level of accountability, and you'll be able to prepare well for the examination. So in addition to our regular class, these two other programs are available for anybody who may be interested. You can explore about it If you want more information, you can send us a message on WhatsApp. My executive assistant will provide you with further information if you are seeking to explore either the platinum program or the private class at the end of the day. Okay, so what happens if you opt for a private class and you have already enrolled in the main course? You just have to pay for the difference that has to be paid, and that is all. So maybe you enroll in a course and paid 700 cedis, but now you say, okay, sure, I want the private class. Then you just pay the difference of 4,300, and then that's it. You get that done as well. So these two offers are also available that you can look at, that you can explore if you are interested in. Any other questions for me? Any other questions for me? Let's see. Do I have any other questions? I'm seeing if I can bring my chat up. Why is... Okay, I think I'm good. Okay, so I think basically that will be it generally. And from tomorrow, public sector is going to be coming in, and then taxation, management, accounting, financial management, advanced audit and assurance, and something important. Corporate reporting students, remember you are joining financial reporting lectures as well. So you have 2 lectures every week, corporate reporting students. So I believe you've checked your timetable. Make sure that you take note of that. So technically, corporate reporting, you're having 2 live lectures every week. Friday, you are joining the FR people 6 to 9. Then Saturday, you have your corporate reporting exclusive 8:30 to 11:30. So you make sure you're mindful of that, because all that are written or available on the timetable that you can look at as well. So these are the things, and if you put yourself in the position well, you commit yourself to study, you commit yourself to listen to advice, you commit yourself to be a student, you will pass the exam. And as I think someone asked earlier, you're not going to be paying anything again for mock session, other additional sessions that may be coming in. That's all. If there is any payments to be made, as I said, you are interested in some of our books, then you can buy that. Aside that, that is all. So financially, I mean, you are off the hook. All you have to think about is probably some data for maybe some of the lectures that you cannot download or access on your mobile application. Then you can watch it on the playback. So these are the things that you have to understand as we seek in the next 12 weeks going into this lecture. As I said, all I'm asking of you is be disciplined, prepare the study plan, have a summary book for all the principles, so that at every time when you pick that book, maybe it cannot be a book. Maybe you have an iPad, you have a tablet, or you have a whatever, just any normal device with an S Pen, whatever. Like, have a summary note, something, and then know your study plan, know your study approach. Some of you can study by watching. Like when you hear it like this, it sticks. Some of you study well in groups. Find what works for you. Some of you study by reading and writing. Do it. You can buy a formica board or buy exercise books. I don't know how much is exercise book, 2 CD or 5 CD. Even if the exercise book is 20 CD, buy it. Because if your strategy or your learning approach is you read it, then you rewrite it, do it. Some of you, your learning strategy is to read the thing out loud, so you can't learn in groups. If that is your strategy, do it. So find out your learning approach, because some of you don't even know how you study. You just pick the book by heart, then you're just sitting there. No. How do you study? How do you know which approach is good for you? Try all of them and settle on the one that you think is going to be helpful for you. Because sometimes people are like, Nhyira, I pick the book, I read, by the time I finish reading, I don't remember anything. Have you checked your studying strategy? Have you checked your environment? All these are important things that you have to look out for. Okay? So I need you to work on all of these. And as I said, if there is any issue you have, you can send a message about it, make a call about it, or whatever the heck, and you're going to be assisted. Because our goal is not just, hey, we are doing class, Debbie. I need to get your brain right. I need to get your heart right. So psychologically, emotionally, you have to be delivered. Then spiritually, we have to put something under so that everything that we are doing will materialize. But if we steady, and your brain is not right, your emotion is not right, we are wasting time. So I need you to really look at all of these aspects of your life and your study. What is your studying style? Which one works for you? Is it reading, writing? Is it watching videos like this? Is it listening to yourself? Because sometimes it's about listening to yourself. So what you do then is that when you are learning, you read out loud, then you record it on your phone. So that maybe you are in the gym, you are in the kitchen, you are in the car, you are listening to your own voice. There is something about listening to your own voice that happens to your brain, which will be different from listening to my voice or the other lecturer's voice. So find out psychologically, emotionally, which one works for you. I beg you. These are all the things that contribute to whether you pass or fail the exam. It's not just about, Nhyira is good. It's not just about, Charlie, Nhyira is... Nah, I'm good. I know. I'm good by the grace of God. I know I'm going to do my best by the grace of God. But if your emotions and your mind is not in the right place, you will go and fail the exam. And it's not because I'm not good. It's because your emotions and your mind was not in the right place. So let's get all of these things done as we get ourselves into the groove this week. So you can go to the exam hall and pass the examination at the end of the day. Okay? That is the idea about that. Any other questions for me? I think I'm going to be trying to maybe wrap up around here today. Who the heck is that? Give me a sec. It's like some people have no brain in their head. So when there's a live stream going on, that's when they will try to also post their absolute nonsense under the stream to scam and deceive people. Okay, so if no other questions, now the day is over. Tomorrow we start a journey. And we hope that it's going to be a fruitful journey. It's my prayer that we do what we have to do so you go to the exam hall and pass the examination. So work hard, use the platform, do whatever you have to do. And as I said, make sure that you are in the position to go to the exam hall and pass. And that will require some work from you. That's all. If you can work, you will pass. All right? So that's it about that. Enjoy the rest of your week. And we will see you from tomorrow as we begin the live lectures. All right? I don't know. I think I see a chat coming up. Let's see. What do I have? Why don't you give payment plan for those who are doing more than 2 papers? Adam, it hasn't worked in the past, so we stopped. Okay? People are not honest in this world, so we decided to stop offering credit. Okay, because we will offer people credit and they won't pay. And you know, our program, immediately you enroll, you have access to all the content, right? So somebody will tell you, oh, sure, I want to start, and then, I'll pay this at the end of this month, pay at the end of this, and and you call them, they won't even answer. You send a text, they won't reply. Email, they won't reply. So it's headache at them. So we decided to stop that. But we are working with a financial institution to roll out something next year. And that will be strictly for people who are going to be receiving their payment from the controller accountant general, or who have salary account with the finance houses that we are going to be working with. Because that way we are guaranteed of the money. Because once the money hits your account, it will be deducted before you go and remove it. So that will be better. But for now, I mean, it's because people cannot be trusted. People are not honest in their word. So it affects everybody. I understand that, sometimes people are strapped with cash. You have to pay maybe 2,000, 2,500 in some cases because you are doing a lot of papers. People don't pay. And, we can't be doing bad debt written off plenty like that. You see that thing? So Adam, that's why. Maybe in the future when people's trust changes, which we can't guarantee, right? So there's nothing, it's not like we are going to do it again, unfortunately. So that's the thing. That is why we don't have payment plan. Adam. All right. Okay. So that's it about that. Thanks for joining us. As I said, if there are any issues you have, please send a message about that, and then you will be assisted in respect of what you're supposed to do. And finally, there will be a Google form that will be posted on the page. Please make sure you fill out the form, because that is how you're going to be receiving your meeting, the live lectures, and any updates about lectures. You're going to be receiving it via your email. We're not going to be posting it on the page. So a Google form is going to be posted on the page, probably after the lectures or something like that. And then you fill the form, because that is how we are going to be sending out the live lecture and other updates that you have to know about via your email address. So that's also something important you want to take note of. Enjoy your week, and we will see you from tomorrow. Au revoir. Why?